Today, I want to talk about how I got into UX research. So I've had a number of you ask me how I got here, and so I figured today I'll share the story because my journey didn't start in UX. It didn't even start in design. My journey started with a computer science degree and then working in a bank as a business analyst, and then leaving everything that felt familiar and going back to school, going to grad school, and then finally finding my way into UX research, and now UX research in quantum technology. And the funny thing is, I didn't really pivot. I'd always been a computer science major. I just didn't have it all figured out. My path wasn't exactly linear or smooth, but it was honest, if I would say that. So, story time. So like I said, I studied computer science for my undergrad at Ladoke Akintola University of Technology in southwestern Nigeria. After I graduated, I didn't exactly walk into a shining tech job as people often imagine. I ended up working in a bank, in the technology unit of the bank as a business analyst. My role involved gathering software requirements across the different business units, working very closely with the developers and testers, analyzing workflows, translating business needs into system changes, and simply acting as the bridge between the users, the leadership, and engineering. While some part of this was technical, the part that really energized me was the people and not just the system. I loved understanding their pain points. I loved seeing their excitement. I loved trying to understand why they do what they do. I loved seeing their reaction to the tools and systems that we built for them. I love to pay attention to where they get stuck while trying out the tools, and also like to see how some similarly poorly designed tools slow down real work. I didn't know the words for it back then, but I was already doing early UX thinking. I loved what I was doing. I actually enjoyed what I was doing, but after a few years, I quietly hit a wall. I wanted something more. I just knew I wanted something different, but I didn't even know what that more meant yet at the time. I didn't have things figured out. I didn't have a master plan, but I knew staying comfortable at that time was going to cost me something. So I decided to go back to school. I decided to go to grad school in the United States. And honestly, it was scary, leaving everything I'd always known, leaving my comfort zone. But it was also mainly the first time I was choosing growth over certainty. So yes, I resigned my job in the bank. I packed my bag and flew across the ocean from Nigeria to the United States to grad school for my master's and then my PhD. So yes, again, my master's and PhD was in computer science, but this time my research area, my focus was in human-computer interaction, HCI. To be honest, I didn't even know about HCI before grad school. I had thought my research focus to be in software engineering. But during my early years, my first few semesters, I took some HCI and psychology classes, and then everything clicked. And for the first time, I had a language, I had a name for the thing that I'd always loved doing. I was able to put a name to it, and it was exciting. Now, I must say that going back to school after so many years was tough. I went to grad school after almost 10 years of finishing my undergrad. So it was really tough getting back into the school system. So if you're thinking of going back to school after a while, like I did, just know that the first few semesters would humble you. But it gets better. It gets better. Every semester got easier. During my PhD, my research focused on user-centered systems, requirements engineering, recommender systems, and understanding how people interact with complex technologies. And for the first time, I wasn't just building systems, I was studying how humans interact with them and make sense of them. And so during my PhD, my work involved a lot of designing qualitative user studies, running user interviews, conducting usability testing, and building models around how humans make decisions. And this wasn't some abstract theory. This was me actually observing frustrations. This was me actually trying to understand users' confusions and actually turning my findings from actual users' experiences into systems improvement. And then I realized that I wasn't trying to break into UX. I was already doing UX. I just hadn't named it yet. And so people often ask me, what made you transition into UX research? But the truth is, I didn't transition away from anything. I just finally aligned with what I'd always been doing. UX research just simply helped me give a language to everything that I cared about, mainly understanding people in technical systems, bridging the gap between humans and complexity, and building systems that respect real human behavior. So to me, coming into UX research didn't feel like a career change or a career switch. It felt more like homecoming. And so yes, for me, during my PhD, while I was doing my PhD, I'd always known that I didn't want to remain in academia. The plan was to go back to the industry after my PhD. But moving back to the industry wasn't easy at all. Now, one thing I realized I had to do was translate all that academic experiences, all that academic rigor into something that the industry would understand, into something that showed product impact. Because the academic language and the industry framing weren't always the same. So yes, I had to translate all that academic experiences, all that academic rigor into something that the industry would understand, into something that showed product impact, because that is what industry really cared about. So in summary, what I did was translate all that academic work into industry style case studies and then build my portfolio. I had to learn how to speak the industry language. And that's what I tell my mentees today when they tell me, Tobi, I don't have any industry experience. I'm like, you already have experience. You just need to translate that experience into a language that the industry understands. And so that's how I moved to IBM Quantum after I was done with my PhD. But even after I joined the industry, it wasn't all smooth sailing. But slowly, through real projects, through mistakes, through mentorship, I learned how research actually shapes business decisions. So that's my academia to industry journey. So I currently do UX research in the quantum computing domain. My path might not have been exactly smooth or linear, but everything came together nicely at the end of the day. So if you're someone who probably thinks that their background doesn't look right, or maybe you feel that your path feels messy, I just want you to know that your path or your journey doesn't have to be linear to be meaningful. Or you're tired of forcing yourself into boxes. Sometimes the career you're searching for is already present in some parts of the work that you love doing the most. And I must also say this because it's important. There are different pathways to UX. You don't have to study computer science or HCI like I did to get here. What really matters is how you think about people and how you approach problems, not really just about what your degree says. So yes, that's how I got into UX research. So from studying computer science as an undergrad to working in a bank as a business analyst, and then going into grad school to do my PhD in computer science with a research focus in HCI, and then finally getting into UX research. That's how I got into user experience research. Thank you for coming to my little TED Talk today. And if you are not subscribed yet, I would really love for you to join the community. I genuinely get very excited each time I see a new subscriber. It reminds me that these stories are actually reaching real people. And if this video helped you in any way, or if you liked it in any way, please don't forget to hit the like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm to share it with other people who might also find it helpful. If there's anything I mentioned in this video that you would like me to talk more about, please let me know in the comments. And if there's any other topic you would like me to talk about, also drop that there too. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Tobi Lasisi. I'm a senior user experience researcher. I currently work in quantum computing domain, and on this channel I share everything user experience research, from starting out to career advancement and everything in between. So if that's something that you might be interested in, please make sure to stick around. We would love to have you here. Join the community. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.